So the Ace family have lost their lawsuit. They tried to get away from paying their bills, but the judge said hell no.
Judge ruled to pay the full amount of the invoice and any attorney fees that were involved in the case.
This comes after a long battle of trying to get the Ace family to pay their $15,000 bill. But the most disturbing part about this update is the fact that they used their children to manipulate the judge.
Their lawyers requested some kind of seal. There's a bigger danger or some kind of thing that's going to affect the family, right? There's kids involved, blah, blah, blah.
The Ace family claimed that they needed this case to be sealed to protect their children, which doesn't make sense because fake comments and scam giveaways have nothing to do with your kids. This situation is an absolute mess, so let's get into it. A lot of you guys have been following me on Instagram and asking me about my photos. I've always been passionate about photography and modeling, but what helps me take my photos to the next level is Epic. By using the Epic app, you can edit your photos and selfies with high quality editing tools. Just go to the App Store on your mobile device and download the Epic app. The reason why Epic is my all-time favorite app is because it's truly 100% free. There are no fees or in-app purchases needed to use Epic's advanced features. I always use the relight feature because it perfectly adds shadows and highlights, which gives a better contrast on the face. You can even remove unwanted items or elements from your photos by using the remove feature. This is great if someone is photobombing your favorite picture. Finally, you can use the hair and blemish features to correct any issues you may have with your image. You guys are going to love editing on this app. I mean, look how much better my photo looks after using the Epic app. Now this one is ready to post. You guys need to try out this app. So download Epic by using my link in the description below or visit the pinned comment. Thank you, Epic, for sponsoring this video, and let me know how much you guys love this app. So once upon a time, the Ace family hired a company called Rocket Jump to help them with their social media. Here's an email from July 2019, and Rocket Jump was helping the Ace family manage their like to dislike ratio, their hate comments, their followers, and one interesting line, create Instagram profiles that meet your expectations for your unique purpose. I wonder what that means. It seems as if the Ace family hired Rocket Jump to help them manipulate their social media accounts, make their fans believe that they have so many followers and just clout and love on the internet when it's all in fact fake. And at one point they were paying Rocket Jump for their services, but then they started to ghost them and just stopped paying, which is not okay. After I made my first video about the Rocket Jump situation, Rocket Jump actually contacted me in October and told me that they were pursuing legal action. And at this point, they actually showed me some proof that the Ace family were using another social media company to get fake comments and love and support, and it wasn't from Rocket Jump because they turned off their services after the Ace family stopped paying for a couple of months. So they're just going to continue to fake it until they, I guess, make it. As I mentioned earlier, I think the worst part of this situation is that the Ace family used their children as leverage to seal this case and pretty much fly under the radar, which is so stupid because the services they got from Rocket Jump have nothing to do with their children, unless all their accounts are all fake and followers and all that. But really, is that going to hurt their kids? Not really. It's just another way of the Ace family trying to hide this lawsuit from everyone else. But thankfully, we're friends with Rocket Jump, so they've been keeping us in the loop.
And by the time that the judge ruling was about to happen, their lawyers requested some kind of seal to where there's a bigger danger or some kind of thing that's going to affect the family, right? There's kids involved, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know if that was a factor why the judge decided to seal it or, what happened. But, I guess, the owner wanted didn't really happen. So it is what it is at this point.
Usually, when it comes to cases like this, we can go onto our computers and look up what happened and pull up the case. But they're trying to protect their children and the family. And it's just like over a $15,000 bill, they could easily pay that with just one Instagram post. So I don't know why they think they can just get away with taking advantage of other people. And I just want to remind you guys what Rocket Jump did for the Ace family because they provided them a lot of services.
They would request certain type of ratio of likes on certain videos. If the video gets bad publicity or dislikes, they would want the ratio of likes to go up. If the views didn't satisfy their needs, we would boost the views. If the comments ratio would be negative, then the positive we would boost the positive ones, so the ratio would be more positive than negative, etc.
So that clip was from my first video about the Rocket Jump situation. And as you guys heard, they did a bunch of things for their social media accounts. But something that I found and you guys found very interesting was that they also created fake Instagram accounts for their giveaways, which is very sus. And here's a little clip from that first video where we hear our friend at Rocket Jump explain.
Because a lot of things that we did for him, we looked the other way because he was a client and we didn't ask stupid questions because we're not investigators or the police asking interrogating people. But he was doing some shady shit that we know for a fact, where he was doing giveaways and we had to create fake accounts for him to presume that they were the winners for about 2 years now. So that kind of pisses me off, knowing that I should have stopped that.
So it looks like the people over at Rocket Jump are just fed up with the Ace family and they're done doing their dirty work. So let's get into this update because the judge did rule in Rocket Jump's favor. So something I found interesting was the case didn't actually go down in New York or Los Angeles, but it was a private lawsuit in the state of Texas, which, why is it going on in Texas? I still don't quite understand why that happened, but the Ace family do have the right to appeal to this ruling the judge has made. In this voice memo, our friend explains what happened at the beginning of this lawsuit, because typically people don't want to go to court. They would rather just settle it outside so it doesn't ruin their reputation.
There's another thing I forgot to mention. In the beginning stages, they wanted to settle, right? They wanted to negotiate a settlement and whatever he thought was fair to pretty much close this thing. But the owner was so disappointed and pissed off that he didn't want to settle. That way, all of this would end up going to public, and they'd be more embarrassed rather than he makes a couple bucks.
Ultimately, Rocket Jump did not want the Ace family to get away with this. Like, we're going to court. You're not just going to, pay us a little extra money. Like, we're going to go to court and show you what justice looks like, because you can't go and hire a service from a small business and then just take that service and don't pay them for it, especially when you did pay them previously. So at one point you were happy with everything and then you thought you just could stop paying your bill. So on January 3rd, Rocket Jump reached out to me and they told me that they won their court case with the Ace family and they've been awarded all the damages, which would be that $15,000 invoice. It would also be all of the attorney fees that the Rocket Jump had to go and pay these attorneys to take them to court and to, show them that they were wrong. So they're going to have to go and pay all of that back.
Based on the information that I have, and what I was told is, the judge ruled to pay the full amount of the invoice and any attorney fees that were involved in the case, because it was an issue to begin with, or a problem that should have been resolved already a long time ago.
So at one point, we're going to get the court filings and we're going to see how much they actually have to pay back. And we'll get those full details. And I'm sure even if it is private, once it's settled, like, our friends are going to send it to us. Actually, they were debating sending it to me for me to talk about in this video, but they explained that the owner's name is all over it. And at this point, the Ace family can appeal and try to fight back. And they don't want to give them any leverage to go and hold anything against them, which is ultimately smart. And this is what he had to say about it.
The attorneys recommended that because his name is all over the the court filings and everything else, He should not be, really voice of opinion on it until it's finalized. Meaning, no more appeals are going to go through because just in case, you never know, whatever he might say could be used against him.
Could you guys imagine if the Rocket Jump owner would like to come on my channel and do an interview or something? That would be very interesting. And just pull up the case files for the Ace family. I know I've seen other organizations and their owners go and do interviews on YouTube. So, I mean, he's more than welcome to come on here. But I do want to be upfront with you guys and clear that I'm allowed to use all these voice messages and these messages that I've shown you today. And here's a little snippet of him saying that, just because I don't want you guys to think that I'm taking this without his consent.
And you're more than welcome to do whatever you want with this information. Sooner or later, it's going to get out anyways. I know that, I don't care if the information gets out. The owner doesn't care either. But, the fact is he doesn't want to put himself in a position down the line, at least until everything is completely done. So we appreciate for your understanding. And again, thanks a lot for everything.
So in my opinion, it sounds like they'll be ready to talk once everything has been settled, which makes sense. I respect it. But here's an update on the situation. I feel like a lot of the Ace family lawsuits don't have closure. So this one kind of does. At least we're pretty close to it. And when we see those court filings, I would love to understand exactly what services they provided them, because remember, some of them were a little questionable, and it's not Rocket Jump really to blame here. It's the Ace family hiring it and requesting certain things to fulfill a narrative, or to to give away something to a fan that's not even a real person or a real account. But I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Here is my email, and I'm gonna skip on a PO box just because I don't know why. I've just been I don't feel that great in my stomach. I need a salad. That's what I need. Anyways, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.